And good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today on what is a big week for the city of Indianapolis. The Pacers bringing the NBA Finals back home for the first time in 25 years. So many people have been waiting for this very moment, and now there's a lot of work to be done. In fact, we're learning how city leaders are preparing for thousands of fans to take over downtown. Logan Gage has everything you need to know.
Indy has a history of pulling off large-scale events safely and smoothly, and today safety officials say they're ready to do it again. Officials from several different safety agencies say the goal is simple: get fans to the game and back home safely and efficiently. Most of the security will look exactly the same for a Pacers or Fever game. The bag policy, security screens, and ticket screenings inside the building will not change. However, they do plan to increase security inside and outside the fieldhouse and implement a soft ticketing checkpoint around Gainbridge, where fans will show their ticket to access the grounds. IMPD Police Chief Chris Bailey says planning for a large-scale event takes a lot of teamwork and coordination.
We will have our neighborhoods will be protected. No one in our city will go without police protection despite the festivities going on in downtown Indianapolis. We've adjusted our staffing to increase our footprint both in patrol cars, on foot, and in places that you will not see. We'll be utilizing our horses and drones and other ways to make sure that people have a safe and enjoyable time while they're in downtown Indianapolis.
And to opt in for public safety text, you can text Indy Finals 25 to 67283. In Indianapolis at Gainbridge, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Thank you, Logan. We also want to let you know something new today. We learned there is now going to be a watch party outside the field house that you can watch at Morris Bicentennial Plaza. That will be tomorrow night as the game is going on inside. The team plans to offer 1,000 to 1,500 tickets for that, and they're going to put them up for sale tomorrow. As we know the exact time of it's announced, we'll let you know so that you can snag a ticket if you want one. Well, in the last hour now, we have learned new details about the interstate closures that are hitting the south side starting as soon as this weekend. INDOT tells us that it is closing the southbound lanes of I-65 between I-465 and the south split starting Saturday morning. And that closure is going to remain in effect through Monday morning until 5 a.m. Crews there are working on drainage work.
We are coordinating with various groups in the Indy area, such as the Pacers for the NBA Finals game that's scheduled Friday night. So we're making schedule adjustments as we're able to accommodate event traffic.
Also looking ahead, INDOT wants you to know they plan to close the northbound lanes in the weeks to come. Traffic for that will reroute onto I-70 during the weekend closures. The Hannah Avenue Bridge over I-465 is also closing starting Monday as INDOT works to replace the overpass. So we have put all this together for you, a complete breakdown of all the closures and detours you need to know starting this weekend. All you have to do is head to our website, WTHR.com, and also the 13 News app. 12:04 now, turning to weather. Yet another warm day here in Indianapolis. We have a slight haze out there, Sean, but the sun is out, and so far so good.
Well, I think for in terms of a comfort level, the air, I mean, for June standards, you can't ask for much more.
It was nice and cool this morning, too.
It was,
Perfect for a walk.
It has been great here. Yeah, and you mentioned that haze. Let's show you the visible satellite here around the Ohio Valley, because there you go. Hazy sunshine. And this is coming from the remnant wildfire smoke, that little layer that's going to cover us up here. Mostly this is going to be elevated, but I will tell you that air quality is generally in the moderate range. For most people, that's not going to mean much, but if you have a sensitive respiratory system, you probably will notice it just a little bit here. So you may want to keep that in mind as we look across central Indiana. You see the camera there in Noblesville as well as Bunker Hill. Much more haze, and I will say, that is going to get much more hazier, if you will, as we go into the afternoon. Temperatures ranging from 68 Richmond, 72 here in Indy, 73 in Terre Haute. In dew point temperatures, that's the difference though today. 40s mostly, and that's why if you don't get impacted by the air quality, you can have those windows open. For 72 right now, got a west wind at 10. Really pleasant June afternoon here. With the exception, again, of that hazy sky that we have. We'll let you know the Indians start up a new homestand against St. Paul. First pitch at 7:05. Great evening for baseball. We're going to let you know what to expect if you're going to be downtown tomorrow evening for that Pacers game. We'll see you with the forecast in a few minutes.
Sean, thank you. And now to a first-hand account of what happened during a fight at the Texas Roadhouse in Avon over the weekend. That brawl leaving several people hurt.
If you want to fight, there's places and times to do it, and not in a restaurant where you're flinging things that could have been detrimental to, kids.
That's Amanda Polly, and she's in this video protecting her kids during the fight. She tells us her response was to put one of her children under the table, and she held the other two close to her. She says she and her family were just there having appetizers when the fighting broke out. She says it appeared to be from two groups who were there at the restaurant celebrating graduations.
And I think as a parent now, I'm just going to be more cautious about not getting us sat in a place to where we're trapped, because we were trapped. Thank God there were no weapons involved.
A representative for the restaurant tells 13 News they now plan on having additional police presence there and security while they investigate that fight. A man is now under arrest accused of murder after a trailer fire in Greene County. That happened on Sunday in Linton, about 40 miles west of Bloomington. First responders say they pulled a man from the flames there. However, they noticed his injuries were not consistent with a fire. That's when they called in detectives to start a death investigation. The 39-year-old suspect in that case now is set to be arraigned this afternoon. More chaos this afternoon and a physical altercation. All of this taking place last night at the Indianapolis City County Council meeting. Several people there were thrown out by the sheriff's deputies, and among them was a woman who is accusing Mayor Hogsett's former campaign manager of sexual harassment. Alex Almanza at the meeting and today has the very latest.
Well, councilors brought up Proposal 164 up for public hearing. Now, that's a spring fiscal ordinance that would allocate millions of dollars to various city departments. Now, it was when Lauren Roberts came up to the mic and said that she felt like she'd been silenced by the administration. She's one of the women who said Thomas Cook, a former campaign staffer for Hogsett's administration in 2015, harassed her. After arguing with Council President Vop Osili regarding the relevancy of her remarks, she eventually ran out of time and refused to leave the stand, and that's when sheriff's deputies got involved.
Really embarrassing. Get your arms off of me! Stop touching me! Stop touching me! Do not touch! What is wrong with you? What is, stop it! Stop! Get your hands off of her. Get your hands off of her. Get your hands off of me. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Other supporters of Roberts were also removed by sheriff's deputies. While they were escorted, Councilor Ron Gibson could be heard saying that Roberts should, quote, be arrested. Roberts calls the removal shameful.
I haven't been grabbed like that since I was physically assaulted, most recently in 2021 in Denver when I tried to intervene on a guy who was hitting his dog. This is horrific and so shameful, and I'm going to have a really rough week here visiting my family for my niece's birthday. So thank you for following me out, but I really need to go home now.
Now, this all follows in an independent investigation that found the mayor and his team acted legally. Still, two councilors called for Hogsett to resign, raising questions about missing late-night texts from the report. Councilor Gibson, though, says that he's backing the mayor, saying that there's nothing to see here.
Listen, I'm a person that actually had been sexually harassed, and I know what it means to be your word against someone else. And I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about, did the mayor himself do anything wrong here? He did not do anything wrong here, nor did he violate any policy here.
The legislative body here can't impeach a mayor. We have no ability to do that. And so I don't want to mislead the public. I want to show the public exactly what we can do, which is make sure we keep that committee going, get the information from Fisher Phillips that we don't have, and analyze it ourselves. There are free-thinking people on that committee that have the ability to do that.
Now, in terms of Proposal 164, the council voted to send a portion regarding the Fisher Phillips investigation back to the committee for review. Now, Fisher Phillips is an outside law firm, and they're charged with leading the independent investigation and putting together a final report. Definitely a chaotic night for City County Council, but we're going to have more updates as we have them. At the City County building, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Now, in light of last night's meeting, Mayor Hogsett's office decided to postpone a press conference that was scheduled for this afternoon. That announcement was supposed to launch a new initiative here in our city helping unhoused Hoosiers. The mayor's office says they postponed the press conference in order to keep the focus on supporting our unhoused neighbors.